Bob Alexander here with Canada Mortgage Direct and today's Mortgage Matters. Today I'd like to talk about a new product called the Buyer Protection Plan. What is the Buyer Protection Plan? It's a product that's been created to address a need that exists today in the Calgary marketplace. In the Calgary marketplace we have lots and lots of houses for sale. We have great interest rates. Interest rates are pretty much at historic lows and people just are not buying. Buyers are sitting on the fence. Why are buyers sitting on the fence? That's a good question, but I can put forward my thoughts are that basically buyers are seeing what's being reported in the newspapers and on the news about the fact that house prices in Calgary have continued to fall over the last several months, and buyers are basically sitting on the fence with the idea that today the house is worth $500,000. If I wait 60 days, 90 days, I can afford to purchase it for something much less than that. So we're going to sit on the fence and we're going to wait. The Buyer Protection Plan is a product designed to get the buyers off the fence and engaged in the buying process with the seller. So how does it work? Right now, a realtor really only has one weapon in his arsenal in a marketplace such as this, and that is basically to go back to his seller and say, Mr. Seller, we've had your house on the market for a number of months. We've done a number of open houses. We've done some great advertising in the local newspapers, and basically we're just not getting any traction here at all. We're not getting any offers, and if we do get an offer, it's a really silly lowball offer, which isn't a serious one. So all I can recommend is we drop the price again and see what happens. This dropping the price basically just continues to snowball, and buyers are sitting on the sideline thinking, this is great, I'm just going to wait and wait and wait. The problem with waiting is, how does a buyer actually know when the market has turned and prices are starting to go up? Because by the time it's reported in the media and he knows that that's happening, it's too late. House prices have already started their climb, the competition's entered the field, and the listings are starting to be sold, and therefore his options are becoming more and more limited. So to get the buyer off the fence, we need to offer something different than just a price drop, and that different product is the Buyer Protection Plan. What the Buyer Protection Plan is it's the seller providing a price guarantee to the buyer that if the price of the house drops a year from now by an agreed upon percentage, that the buyer will receive from the seller a certain amount of money. And the way it works is, right now you may have your house listed at $500,000. Realtor wants to drop the price, but instead of doing that, what we're going to do is we'll relist it on the MLS system, keep the price the same, or maybe drop it a little bit just so that there's something new, and market it with the Buyer Protection Plan. Because the Buyer Protection Plan is new in the marketplace, people seeing this kind of advertising are going to be curious, and they're going to make some phone calls to say, well, what is this all about? Basically what it's about, as I mentioned, if we advertise at $500,000, we can offer a 5% price guarantee to the buyer, so that if the house price does drop a year from now by 5% or more, that the buyer is compensated for that 5% drop. This will get buyers motivated and engaged in the process. Now, the other nice thing about the Buyer Protection Plan is it is a product and an idea, but none of it is cast in stone. So it can be 5%, it can be a 3% drop. If the buyer and the seller, now that they're involved in the negotiating process, decide upon a price that's workable for both of them, the Buyer Protection Plan can actually be negotiated right off the table. So that the program doesn't actually need to be involved at all, but it does get people involved in the buying and the selling process, and that is the entire intent behind the product itself. Basically, if you do have any further questions, you're best giving me a call, or you can check it out on my website, www.mortgagedoctors.ca. Thank you.